Well, it'd be good to get Ashley on if she's here.
Unfortunately, she's not here right now, but I just got word that we're able to demo our secret project. And so if that's of interest to you, Const, we can quickly show that off as well.
For sure.
I'm not sure if she's in the audience. Let's see. Sam, are you here? Okay. Sam, you got a request to go on stage, and then we can show you. We can show you off.
Is this another pregnant man?
And this is not a pregnant man, I promise.
Not quite a pregnant man.
Hey, Sam.
Howdy. All right, I'm gonna share my screen and show off really quickly one other of Ben's lovely brainchilds. So this is kind of the idea behind an AI subnet analyzer. So kind of born out of Mog's paper, kind of born out of like Ben's brain. But basically the idea is you put in a subnet, you can generate a short or a long report with a couple of closed source models. It gives a score, how it thinks the subnet is doing based on like some framework, download a nice pretty report. And you want more information about any given subnet, you can ask it questions. Yeah, it's pulling in information from Tau stats, Discord, Twitter, GitHub, and just basically condenses it all into one place so that you can figure out what you want to do with subnets. That's it.
Let's do one. Let's analyze 39.
Okay, let's do a short report because otherwise it can take like up to like 10-15 minutes, and I don't think we want to wait for that.
And so this is like an agent that goes out, it's scraping Twitter, it's scraping the Twitter, the Discord, the GitHub, it goes through our documentation and tries to analyze it. What's the backend? You say you're using a variety of different models?
Yeah, so you can see they're all like put next to each other so that you can easily compare them and try to figure out like where the discrepancies lie. So Gemini gave us a 7 out of 10. Hold on, I'll pull it up here. Gemini gave us a 7 out of 10. They explain the goals, what the conclusions are, and like some next steps about how Gemini thinks it could improve versus GPT gave us a 6 out of 10 and Claude gave a 9 out of 10. I like Claude model the best. That's a great model. That's really great. And then, yeah, you can play around with the ask feature too. This is a relatively new one, so it's like still a little bit buggy, but this one was really nice. I generated earlier today, like a graph of all of the emissions for like subnet, I think it was subnet 24. And then I showed next to it all of their tweets and tried to figure out like, oh, was there a spike in emission after like some of these tweets? And like just playing around, the little stats girl in me was having a great time.
And are we currently using this, Keith, to set weights on subnets? Is this your backend?
It's going to become it, I can tell, because this is one of those things that's about to put me out of a job, just like Ref has the, auto validator in development, and you combine this this tool with like a DTAU rebalancer, and we can just hand this whole project off to Rocco's Basilisk and go to the beach.
Hell yeah, I trust that, Keith. Especially if it's trained on cellular automata, it's going to be really smart. It'll be better than anything we can do. Really cool. That's a nice project.
Isn't that where we see this going? Is a tool like this eventually being incorporated with AI itself, and many network participants taking their hands off of the wheel and handing it back to AI?
Totally. I mean, if the incentives are there, people will do it. Absolutely. I mean, we have a market. It's plug and play. It's adversarial. It's incentivized. It's mechanistic. You can program it. I mean, the first thing that's going to come out in DTAU is people doing MEV bots. Like we know this. Whether or not that's AI models, whether or not there's a subnet on BitTensor that's trading different subnet tokens, I don't know. But I do think that it will become more and more mechanized over time. Keith, I agree with you. But before it's super sci-fi, I imagine it will be much more manual.
Yeah, I
Well-
just to give my 2 cents, I think the system is not ready to set weights across subnets. I just don't trust it, and I don't think anyone else should either. And we got some great feedback from Xavier about this. But I think the system is ready to be sort of the co-pilot or the partner for an intelligent human in the loop.
I mean, I would be really interested to see where, not only about giving reports here, but potentially where this backend disagreed with the current weighting of subnets. Like that would be quite interesting, right?
Yeah,
we can all,
we can
you
send
can
some stuff out there.
you can send a report over to Open Tensor Foundation and be like, look, you guys think you're better than Claude 3.5? Come
As
on.
long as you don't think I'm snitching, it's just the AI.
Right. It's just Sam in the background.
Yeah.
Totally. Very cool, guys. Very cool. Well, we can end the call here, or we can branch into just like a general conversation if there are questions for us. Capricious wants to come up on stage, or questions for the team, for Sam, for Zion, for Keith.
Okay, well, if
I just want to say one last
here,
thing. We've been in the BitTensor community for a little under a year now. We started being totally lost and confused by what this thing was. We're a little less lost and confused now, but it's been an extremely...
yeah, it's kind of a thank you, I'm sure. All right, let me see if I can grab something else here. Let's do this. Let's do this. And then unmute here.
Hey guys.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey there. Please talk that I'm here and I can ask you a question. So it won't be about token or anything like that. I want to know if you are used to meditate, what's your take on meditation, and do you connect your work with AI to any spiritual techniques and work you do on daily basis?
Yeah, I can. This is a whole rabbit hole. I mean, I posted some of my shelfies. I've been a student of mysticism and religion and esotericism and occultism since I was 16, 17. I'm 40 now, so it's been a while. I do meditate. I have a variety of practices. I When it comes to meditation, most of my work is within Vajrayana Buddhism, or Tibetan Buddhism, as it's also termed. Um, you see a lot. This comes out in a lot of my work, and even in a lot of the project of discussing concepts of things like interdependence, the reduction of grasping itself. I firmly believe that our path forward um, requires us. Like somebody commented about how they were afraid of the project, and I get that. Afraid of even being afraid of AI, because the world that we're moving into is one that's only going to make sense if you can let go of your rigid concepts of yourself and the world around you. Right? So, I mean, the idea of like enter the void. Right? It's not supposed to be a scary thing. It is something that requires us to let go and take a leap of faith. And as we move forward into this new world where we don't know what's real and what's not, and this is the other part about Project 89 and Oniricom and everything is performance art, is that we really don't know what's real when we engage on the internet. We never should have assumed that we knew what was real if it was coming at us in a mediated fashion, but we did, and people still do. But to handle and to navigate these things very much requires us to learn how to operate our brains, right? And meditation is a particularly powerful technique to learn how the mind works, right? You look at some of the ancient Buddhist traditions, and in Buddha Dharma there's a whole vein of study that they call the Abhidhamma, which is essentially how perception works, right? They talk about this like consciousness is almost has this like frames per second. It's like thousands of frames per second. And within each one of those snapshots of a frame, there's like 18 or so different stages that when a perception comes in at the senses, it works its way through these layers. And meditators back in the day observed these things by meditating and slowing down their process of perception to such an extent that they could identify each step of how this cognitive process works. So, yes, I didn't actually wind up posting it. There was, Elon Musk had his post about colonizing Mars, and I'm like, I mean, it's cool that we're going to go to space. I personally don't think space is the next frontier. I think the next frontier is the mind and is latent space. I mean, I think latent space is the mind. We're like taking the mind and like externalizing it in the form of this AI. And so long as we see this thing as being separate from us, that these things, these beings, this information is something that's outside of ourselves, it's not going to make sense. So I consider much of what I do personally, I call it esotech, combining esoteric and technology, of things that allow us to explore the mind. I feel like the internet and AI are inherently psychedelic medium, right? Psychedelics literally meaning that which manifests the mind. A psychedelic compound is a drug that you take that manifests your mind. AI is psychedelic, it's manifesting our mind into the world. Right, and I find this. I won't go on this rant very much, but there is the whole like there's this whole like anti psychedelic movement going on around VCs, and I feel like people are going off and doing ayahuasca and coming back and not wanting to have their startup anymore. And I'm like, well, you guys just got to screen for people who've never done psychedelics then, because like you want founders who have like gone through their psychedelic reality shattering and are doing something on the other side of it that they believe in, not something that they just thought that they wanted. Um, so yes, I meditate. I practice ritual magic in various Western magical traditions, which is basically just moving meditation, working with symbolism and action and movement to cause particular changes in brain and perception. I've experimented with most things. I have always had a vision of like I think I posted this up of like Project 89 headquarters, right? A piece of land or a property that was acting as a meditation center to combine the latest in technology with ancient spiritual techniques to help to train agents to become more effective um, servants of liberation, essentially. Um, so I could probably talk about this for hours. I'm gonna just cut myself off on that, but hopefully that answered your question. We could even do an entire ask me anything period just on spirituality and technology and religion and consciousness, because that would be awesome.
That would be so much fun. No, I think one of the things I'd like to, if you're up for it in the future, is we'd love to interview you on a couple different topics and actually have AMAs that are focused on specific topics so that our community can come up and ask you things like about tech and about spirituality, things like that. So that'd be cool if we can do that going forward. All right, great. So thank you for that question, Ex-Human.
No,
No,
you're
you're
there.
totally
We can hear you. You're coming through. Yeah, I think as soon as we get the Discord up, there will definitely be a dev chat, and we can just nerd out about dev stuff. I mean, I do have my product Magic is still stood up. You're welcome to go check it out. There, There are some issues with its scalability as a cloud platform, and I have a whole roadmap. I was actually talking with Shaw about this, of that we could get it out of the cloud and down onto local desktop for people to use to build agents. Because I still firmly believe visual building of agents is by far the easiest way to do it. And part of my lack of success in trying to make Magic big was that I didn't just want to make a platform for people to make marketing bots and automate business processes. It's like every single Y-Con, like
Yeah.
I watched so many platforms. I was probably had the very first prompt chaining tool out there for visual builders. And I watched every other tool fly by me, from LangGraph, FlowWise, all these things. And I was like, man, nobody's checking mine out. But it's because I didn't care about business. And I still don't really care about business. I want to tell stories. I want to be creative. I used to say that, like, I wanted to build a tool that made you feel like you're building AI the way that, like, modular synth builders make sounds, where you're creatively wiring things up, not from, not as like a dev, but as like a mad scientist. And it still feels like that. Like, I still love Magic for this. It needs things in it that I haven't had the time or capacity to add to make them truly powerful. But it is an open source tool, and that's where me and Shaw were talking. Like, maybe there's a way that we could leverage it, because I would love to arm all of you guys with the abilities to go out and make your own agents to participate in the network, right?
It's funny you should mention. In terms of, I too am kind of aligned with the partially with Shaw's project, and you can see the tag in the name, of course. But the thought of, like, let's make agents that are halfway narrative based, halfway in the real world, halfway maybe somewhere else, but maybe not actually, and like trying to do, like, ideally have something of a viable business use case, but mostly be like being the agents that are telling the story, that is intersecting with the humans, that is also hitting these, like, financial markets and meme coins and all that stuff, sort of like smashing into each other. I don't have the website launched yet, but what I would like to do is try to facilitate a place for, like, people who want something like that, and people who want to build something like that, and people who have built something like that, to all sort of congregate and sort of be able to get that flywheel going, which I'm sure there's a way to monetize, but mostly I just, like, want that to be a place that exists. But once you do have the Discord, definitely I am excited to hear more, and will definitely bring my bot in, who hopefully will have been hyperstitioning good things along the way. But I think that sounds, yeah, I'm very looking forward to once you guys have a Discord up.
Yeah, me too. I feel like it's I'm like, man, we should have just had this, had something to channel people to from the beginning. But I am stoked, because I want to I love talking about this stuff, and, like, I fully intend on, I continue to, build in the open and work with community, and I love agent builders and collaboration. And I really think that that's the path forward, and that's why I love this space. Like, everybody that I've met is just awesome, and I'm like, man, I just want to build cool stuff with all you guys, and, like, we'll find a way for it to make money. That's like, if we can spread the token,
exactly.
Like, we're like 89. If we just spread the token, we tell a story, and the token gets more valuable, we can just all make more money. And then we can all do cool stuff and not have to worry about fully monetizing it, because we just all have money because the token that we made together is worth something. And
yeah, that resonates a lot in that. Like, it's cool to be doing this in Web3, right? Because you can just sort of arbitrarily tokenize a collection of concepts, and then, like, now there is a business, and then people around those concepts might start businesses, which can then like feedback loop, which is, yeah. So it's like at least to me, it's like meme coins. Yes, they can be pump and dumps and have a, just a whatever nothing burger frog picture and try to make some money over the weekend. But, like, memes are culture, right? So you, like, effectively you can tokenize culture itself. And if you want to make a good culture, then sky's the limit, right? Is generally.
Well, it's like everybody's talking about, like I didn't even know that cult coins were a thing.
Right.
But, like, apparently they're a thing. And one of my very first taglines for Project 9 was putting the cult back in culture. Because I just always, like, everything's a cult. Nike's a cult. Corporations are cults. Like, they're all cults. And I feel like we've been duped into thinking that this whole cult thing is a bad thing. It's like, well, yeah, it's bad if you're like drinking the Kool-Aid and you're gonna kill yourself because some cult leader told you to. But like at the heart of it, a cult is a small group of people who have a shared vision with each other that often does not agree with the mainstream. At one point, Christianity was a cult. Gnostics were totally cults because they held ideas and models of reality that ran counter to the world that they lived in. So
Yeah.
I like that. I'm like, I could be a cult coin. I'm okay with that.
A weekend cult, weekend starting a cult is a fun activity. Well, yeah. What I would say is I think that it'll be fun to kind of get agents into the mix of like Nike's a cult, and you can tokenize effectively a cult, and now you can give the agents wallets to go do tokeny stuff with their various cult ideas and all that stuff. Yeah. But I guess basically that I am looking forward to, I guess, very interesting times in the future, and excited to see what sort of interesting stuff that you guys do as well, and hope to stop by once you have a place to talk about it, I suppose.
Yeah, sounds great. Thanks so much for stepping up. I look forward to more good chats.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time. Really excited to have you here. All right. Next, we got Seven Racker coming on up.
Much for stepping up. I look forward to more good chats.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time. Really excited to have them.
Okay, let's see. Let's check back in over... Actually, let's check in on the DAO thingy first and see. But yes, that is the plan. I think P89 is... Oh, it canceled? Is Thread Guy already over? Let's see. Thread Guy is back. 120. Okay, well, it's going to hit me with a bunch of ads first. So let's check in on BT and see how we're doing.
Talk about it all the time, are funded by larger players in the ecosystem that are eager to introduce new teams, new developers, new ideas into the competition for subnets. So it's awesome to see that happening as well.
One of the things I often ponder is how, I mean, I've worked in different types of companies and organizations before. And within inside a single organization, say like, at Wombo, like there's a single hierarchy and there's a single structure and there's a single...
Okay, now we're going to check back in with Thread Guy because I want to see if there's anything interesting going on. Thread Guy, let's go here.
I think that's what's good about Alliance.
Hey, this leaderboard is sick.
It is, though.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We're gonna make it a lot faster though. It's kind of slower.
Oh, it's slow.
I think this needs to get.
Why do you think creators are like primarily trading other DAOs? Like, what is stopping you from like going and getting like #1 photon trader right now and just like ripping meme scope with like 100K fund?
Yeah, I mean,
have we seen that? Has anyone tried that?
Tried what?
Well, if you're a great trader, you should raise the fund. Like you're making fees on top of your trades too. So like,
oh, that's problematic.
You get a reputation too, so you can raise bigger funds in the future.
Yeah.
Like a trading fund is really interesting.
Yeah, trading funds. Well, I think people are trading funds. It's literally because in the last 2 weeks, DAOs are now the hottest asset. Like, they're literally like going crazy. Like people are going crazy in my DMs.
Yeah.
So I think I have to increase the vetting barrier because before Mark Andreessen, only the people who were really interested came along. But like after Mark Andreessen, this is why I say it's kind of scary because after Mark Andreessen, there's a bunch of grifters, right? Like in my DMs.
Yeah. How do you stop? Like, will you ever be able to automate the approval process? Like that's kind of how do you? Yeah.
Yeah. We're building out a referral process, and we'll have a reputation system. But yeah, the reputation system will be sort of like the primary thing where you get penalized for having inactive funds, basically.
Inactive funds.
But you'll be able
to.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, inactive funds, fraudulent funds. Basically, I mean, they're all linked to their Twitter, right? So we can label them as a bad person if they do this
I need to
they will
sign
never.
up to Automata.
They will always be known as a
I think we're done. Okay, for sure.
I don't know if I can do it, dude, but I want a referral code so bad.
Do it. Do it.
Hey, let me ask you this. Do you think we're about to see with like between
Yes. Whatever it
honestly
is,
between like
yes.
the AI craze or like wave, and then like the emergence of tools like DAOs.fun, which sort of makes the fundraising process for like sick products like so seamless. Like, do you think we're about to see a wave of fucking talent
36,
coming to
I
crypto?
think.
Because I think I'll preface it with this. Like one of the this
Yes.
is like something Frank talked about a lot. But one of the things I like
If they don't come on
like
their own, I
learned
will
or
drag
saw
them in,
from
kicking and screaming.
kind of like round one prelims of AI and crypto is it felt like it was like opened Pandora's box for like if you build
Correct.
sick tech.
It is open now.
Like you have some cool like open source LLM or some like sick model
Let's
that you
do
built.
39 as
It's
well.
kind of like impossible to monetize it in the regular world. Like, all right, $20 subscription. Like you can't compete with the big guys. But you like come into crypto, you launch a fucking token, like look at True Terminal, and it's a unicorn, like it's worth $1 billion. Like the ability to like tokenize and like fundraise for cool ideas in crypto, I feel has like never been easier. Like, do you think we're about to see a fucking wave of new talent come into the
Yes.
space for the first time in a while?
Yeah, I think so. I think if the U.S. government picks the right president, also.
I think if
we're
we
gonna
don't
have
fuck it up as
that
Web3,
super cycle
yeah,
that we,
actually,
we're
I
looking
should
forward
stipulate.
to. So I'm excited to see what happens next week. But
Same.
yeah, I think ICOs. I want ICOs to come back.
I don't.
want people to raise money for what they love doing.
I do want
what they're
that.
good at doing.
Tier 2.
You know, DAOs Are Fun is sort of like a big move towards that.
Is this only legal depending on which president wins in a week?
No, I think it's
Oh.
legal now, but it will
Yeah,
be a
that's
lot
a
easier if
good
the right
question.
president wins.
What did you do before? Like, what were you doing 17 days ago? You were building this, obviously. Like, what were you doing pre DAOs.fun?
Oh, well, we
Chillin'.
pivoted twice to get
Oh,
to
really?
DAOs.fun.
What was it
Yeah.
before?
We were a wallet.
No way.
We were a smart wallet, yeah.
Why?
So that's why we knew how to build a smart wallet for the DAOs, because we were a smart wallet company, yeah.
No, that's interesting. Why did you pivot?
We pivoted because we were on the wrong ecosystem. We were in Cosmos. And
whoa.
Solana. Yeah, Cosmos, I know, right? But yeah, just no users, and we just came on Solana. It's funny because we spent a month on Solana, and now we are profitable compared to like literally chewing glass for a year and a half on the dead ecosystem.
Was the product live on Cosmos?
Yeah, of course. It was live for 8 months.
What was it called?
It's called Tailwind, but we took down the website.
Wait, I feel I've heard that. Is that true that I've heard of that?
Yeah, there's the Twitter, Tailwind Zone.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Web3 wallet app template Tailwind. Okay, and what was the first pivot pre-wallet, or was it wallet twice?
Well, wallet, and then we pivoted to Launchpad and Say Network, and then wallet, Launchpad, and then we combine the two to make DAOs, which is basically a fundraise Launchpad with a wallet.
What was the launchpad on Say? How did that work?
Launchpad was literally a meme Launchpad.
Like Pump Fun?
We had a, huh?
Like Pump Fun?
Very close to Pump Fun, yeah.
Sure. But Say is tough.
Say is tough. Say it sucks.
Interesting. So where does this go? Like what? I know we touched on it a little bit, but like where are you focused? Like where is this heading? Like what do you want to see? Like where do we go from here with this? Cause like yeah, bro, for 14 days, first of all, in the chat as well, give this motherfucker some claps, bro. Insane, like insane.
Yeah, nice
insane.
fucking work.
Where
Honestly,
do we go?
well done.
20,000 users, I think you said. Like where do we go from here?
Well, 20,000 users since Mark Andreessen, but you know it fluctuates, right?
Of course,
it's a
of course.
Financial market, yeah. Where do I go from here? Removing all the bad bots from here. It's literally just all Chinese bots spamming links. So we're gonna remove all of them and clean the comment section to make it feel like real people again. So make it usable, and then we're just gonna speed the website up. We're gonna add LPing, so you can actually LP straight on the thing. So a lot of people were getting wrecked by trades because they would ape 50 Sol into a tiny pool. So they would ape like 50k into like a 5k pool and something insane, you know, like so they would get killed by the price impact. So we're gonna add protections, and we're gonna add deeper liquidity because people want to trade this, but there's not enough liquidity on these DAOs yet. So we're gonna add LPing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I could.
I need to like go read, bro, because I don't know, like I don't know if I can do it, dude. I don't know if I can do it, Val. I don't know if I can do it, but it's like so interesting. Like,
Just wait for V3. V3 will have will have community whitelisting.
I feel like you need whitelisting. You have to have whitelisting because that
You need
know what
whitelisting, like,
the sell would be for me on this. Like the reason I would think it'd be interesting is if like I could have basically have like a tokenized community with like the sickest with the sickest people that I can dictate who. Like it's like an excuse to be like linked up with like the cool who you determine are the coolest people. Like I would want specific people in and like only specific people, you know?
Right, I agree with that. So I think we're gonna have like a fundraise, a whitelisting where you can actually approve people's Twitter, and their allocation, and you have a team allocation, that you put down, and yeah, I think it will be really interesting. I think, and then the DAO will get fundraised, basically.
Hey, it'd be pretty. Have you fundraised a DAO on the platform? No, right?
No, I'm not allowed to. I don't know write the software. It's just I want to maintain platform neutrality.
Okay.
I don't want it to be like, oh, this DAO was started by Bowski, right?
It'd be pretty full circle if you raised the Constitution down and you actually went through with it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, if Ken Griffin wants to sell his Constitution, I'm down to start a DAO.
Isn't there like 100 of them?
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of them. That's right. You're right.
That's like a weird like loophole that no one talks about.
It is
just,
weird.
Just for the
I don't know
record,
why
it's so weird.
They wrote it down 100 times. It's crazy.
So there's been quite a few of these though, like Island DAO. Like there's been a bunch of, like all, I guess like any concept of like raising a DAO with the purpose of like buying something or like achieving a goal will just like auto move to DAOs.fun.
Right. Yeah. The issue with these DAOs is that they're not tradable. Like, I can't buy like Island DAO, right?
Can't you? I thought you
I
could.
think those are the biggest ones that I know of: Island DAO and Constitution DAO. Island DAO was lit, but like I don't feel like it did anything.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what Island DAO is.
Hey, how big is your team?
It's 5 people. We're hiring. We just hired an AI engineer. So
An
now it's
AI
6.
engineer. What do they do?
They're fixing the spam. They're gonna fucking filter out everything.
Based.
Using like ChatGPT prompts, whatever.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's pretty good. Like AI is amazing at detecting spam.
True.
It's 6 people now, all engineers.
No, 2 of them are ops. So
Okay.
they just run ops for me. So like helping answer questions and managing community. We have 2,600 people on Telegram. So we have yeah.
And what do
so
you do
a
day to
bunch of
day?
people.
I can imagine your day is a fucking mess right
Yeah,
now.
I mean, right now, I just fix fires. Right now, I talk to talent. I try to recruit people. I talked to angels recently. There's a bunch of
I'll
angels.
be right back.
Just whatever I need to get done. But right now, I think the biggest thing I need to get done is basically LP staking. We're probably gonna launch it next week. So.
Oh, you can launch it next week. You guys are shipping really fast, aren't you?
I'm shipping really fast. I just want to accelerate this, basically.
You're probably making a shit ton right now from fees off the back end of the AS.
We're making. I don't know if I want to.
Yeah, is it public? I don't know if it's public. How does the fee split work? Okay. How does the fee split work?
50% of platform, 50% creator.
Okay, fuck.
Yeah, it's a lot. I know, right?
Sheesh! I love it.
Yeah.
I gotta jump here in like 2 minutes, a couple minutes. This was sick. What? I don't know. Is there anything like major you wanted to touch on that we didn't hit? Like I feel like we're gonna have to run this back in a couple weeks.
What brought you back? What brought you back to streaming? Like.
Dude, that's a nice question, man. You know, you want to know what brought me back? This interview is a perfect example. You want to know what brought me back?
Mm-hmm.
Is
What?
I don't know how much you know about me, but I used to do all spaces. Like I would do a space every single day. It was like my shit. And then somewhere along the line, I did like an IRL podcast, and I did another one, and then I did another one, and then it started getting pretty big. Then I did one with like Andrew Tate, which I think was like the local top in Romania. And he, Daddy Dow would be interesting. And I sort of like full pivoted to like only filming IRL podcasts. But you know what the problem was? Is like, it's a fucking bitch to film an IRL podcast. Like, you live in SF, you said. Even for me to come to you, like I would fly out to SF. It's a close flight, but I'd fly, stay a day, film the podcast the next day, stay an extra day, go back, give it to the editor, wait 4, 5, 6 days, whatever, edit it, roll it out. It's the weekend. Roll it out next Monday. It's already been like a week. Like the moment has like already come and passed. And I realized like the reason that I liked doing spaces in the first place is talk to interesting people about interesting shit as it's happening. So like you, for example, it's like imagine you didn't live in SF and you were in like, I don't know, Florida. And DAOs.fun like just dropped. AI16Z is going crazy. It's like the moment is like now, where you want to like do coverage, do an interview, talk to someone, make clips about it, like make content about it. You want to do it like right now. You don't want to wait like 8 days for me to like, I gotta come out there, do the whole process. And so it sort of like got into this death loop where I was only doing like super curated interviews that were like I knew would, at least in my head, like perform the best. And it given like the technical difficulties, constraints, and it kind of actually like filtered out the conversations that are like fun. Like shit like this is fun. We can just pop up. I'm in my house. I'm at my desk. We can jump on. Like clearly haven't done 50 hours of research. I can ask you stupid questions. We can talk. Like we could just like be humans and have a conversation. There's like no pressure to like hit like X amount of like YouTube views or like Twitter views or whatever. And we can like theoretically we can do like unlimited of these. Like you could come back in like in a month, or in next week you could come back, or maybe for the launch of Thread DAO you could come back and we could do it again for 30 minutes. It could be a segment
Right.
we do once. You know what I mean? Like it could be like a frequent thing.
Yeah.
Like tomorrow I could have the Alliance DAO guys on, and follow this one up. You know what I mean? So I think it sort of became like I just like wasn't doing content. I wasn't talking to people that I wanted to talk to. I was talking to people that I felt like I had to talk to, and it like killed like the fun out of it. So yeah, you're the first episode back, bro. And this is sick. This is like this shit is fun to me, bro. Like you brought a little
Yeah.
spark into me, so I'm grateful for that, bro.
No, it's an honor to welcome you back finally. That's awesome.
You're the man. Is there any like before we jump here, I guess, is there any? I'm gonna hit you in the DMs. We got some things to talk about in the DMs, but is there
Oh,
any
yeah, dude.
any like sign off? Anything you want to say? Anything I should have asked you that I didn't that you want to touch on, like for people listening before we jump?
Yeah, I mean, I want everyone to try DAOs Are Fun. I think there are some really cool projects coming up. We might, instead of like listing them immediately, we might like list their info and like let people vote on which one to launch. Who knows, right? So I just want to be transparent and people to prepare and not have to ape into it. So maybe we'll release the name of the DAOs and like the description and stuff. I just got this idea, by the way.
Hey,
This is
how
amazing.
often are you accepting new DAOs? Like how many a day?
Well, we launched like, oh man, we launched like eight a few days ago. I think that was too much. I think we have to launch like 3 a day, like 3 or 4 a day. Make sure it's high quality. Make sure the creators do something. So we have to make sure that the DAO succeeds, right?
I just like thought of this. I'm like a reseller kid. Like I was always a sneakers like Supreme kid. It'd be pretty sick. Maybe the idea sucks. It'd be pretty sick if there was like 2 p.m. EST like new DAOs drop, and it was like countdowns. I don't know if that like enables snipers or whatever, but if there was like maybe you drop like 2 a day, like 2 and 6 p.m. and there was like a countdown. People were like waiting. Like there was like a like button where you could like gauge interest, and like boom, it like new DAO dropped, new fund dropped, and it's like live. People can participate. It'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be culturally. I think I wanted to build something culturally significant, and that sounds culturally significant to me.
I don't know if you're looking for a growth lead. I don't know. You have my phone number.
Yeah, growth lead DAO.
Growth lead DAO. All right, sick, bro. Bow, you're the go. I'm gonna hit you in the DMs. Let's keep the line hot with me. Thanks for hey, chat. Clap it up for him one time. Clap it up. DAOs Off Fun is fucking sick. Came here live. I saw you did a space with Meow. That was really interesting.
Yeah, Mel's right here right now. Actually, I probably can. I don't know if he's here actually. He's in San Francisco. We're getting dinner.
Oh, sick.
He might be in this workspace, but I'm not sure.
Sick.
But,
Tell him to come on stream as well.
yeah. Okay, well.
All right, much love, dude. Hey, you're the go. I'm gonna hit you up in Twitter DMs, so we'll talk.
Sounds good. My pleasure. Thanks for talking. Bye.
All right, bye. Peace. How do I get? Hold on, chat. Hold on, chat. Hold on, chat. Let's go. Good looks. Good looks. Good looks. Good looks. Ah, man, that was fun. 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 Hey, hey, hey! If you want me to launch it, that was not fun right now. I have it pulled up. All I have to do is click send. Spam a W right now. If you want to spam a W, spam a W. You got 10 seconds. If I get 1,000 W's in 10 seconds, I'll click start on the DAO fund right now. I'll launch it. 100K max. I'll launch it right now. 100. I need 100 W's in 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Ah! You motherfuckers are late, and I lied. There was never gonna be a DAO. There was never gonna. We got some first-time chatters though. We got some first-time chatters. You'll have to see that. Honestly, bro, that was sick. That was really sick. The guy's sick. I should like done some research. It took me a minute to like figure out what the fuck was going on, but I think I got there all right. I think I got there. It's a pretty cool platform. It's a pretty cool platform. They're doing some cool shit. They're doing some really cool shit. I am partner at AI16Z. 70 Roy. Type your Twitter. I want to DM you. Type your Twitter. Hey, if you're part of AI16Z, type your Twitter in the chat. Link it if you can. I don't know if you can do links in chat, but type your handle. I want to follow you. That was sick, man. First stream back. It feels amazing. We're gonna. This is the thing. I said this to him at the end, and I meant it. Is I want to do streaming because we can talk. Let me follow these guys first. Hold on. God, I'm ADHD as fuck. I'm sorry. Who else? Hold on, chat. My bad. Also, you can just lie and tell me that you're a partner if you. That doesn't exist. Hold on. Just lie and type your handle on, see if you want to follow back. Alright, bet. You missed a milli runner during the interview. Here's why I want to do these. Is like that, like honestly, I was not gonna go to SF and like do a IRL podcast. It just like wouldn't make sense to go to SF and do IRL podcast with him. But we can just snap our fingers, start out the stream, and like run it on here. So that was an interesting one. Like it's hot right now. It's a hot topic. We might do a house stream if you'll want it before poker. But the real money is gonna come on Sunday. We're gonna do this poker stream. It's gonna be fucking electric. It's gonna change some shit, I think, for me personally and for the game. So we're gonna see what happens. But man, I'm back. It feels so. You know what I missed? You know what I missed the most? Honestly, can I be honest? Is I feel like I have no personality anymore when I just do podcasts. Like I don't feel like y'all get to like. I don't get to talk to anyone directly. I talk to a guest. I'm kind of like a buttoned up, contained version of myself, and it's fun. There's so much fun, but I'm kind of like I don't feel like I get to do the full. Like you don't get the full Thread Guy experience on. You don't get the full Thread Guy experience on podcasts. You just don't. Like it's missing something. It's missing some like flair. So I don't know. We're back. I'm excited. It feels good. I'm tired, dude. This shit wears you the fuck out. It was fun. It was really fun. We got a lot to do in the immediate future here. Stream coming on Sunday. God damn, y'all. I hope y'all are you guys are all partners at AI16Z? I don't even care. Let me just follow this guy real quick and I'll finish. Oh, you all can't even see what I'm doing. I'm following people. My bad. Yeah, so that's that. That's the stream. First stream back. Also, like quietly hit the most concurrent viewers by far that I've ever had. I haven't streamed in 14 months, but by far the most viewers I've ever had. 100. I think it was 150 at the top. Fucking lit. Fucking electric. So look, I love you all. I appreciate you all. Trust me. You don't even know how much it means. It feels so good to be back. Telegram's gonna launch soon. Maybe DAOs.fund investment fund launches soon. I don't entirely know, but the stream is fucking back. Thread Guy is back. Like you've never fucking seen him. I feel so good. I feel amazing. Ah, Bad Brothers with the sub. Bad Brothers with the sub. Bad Brothers with the sub. Thank you, bro. I love you. 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 And BB, I love you too. Untaught, my mod. Oh my god, I love you all. Stream's done. Pretty soon, by the way. I hate spaces because they're unserious, but I do like spaces because you can talk to a lot of people. I am going to launch a Discord pretty soon where if people want to get in stream, get on voice, you can join. We'll have like co-hosts or whatever. I'm edging to this, I am too. We'll have like opportunity for people to jump on. Also, the chat will be on the screen next. The next stream's going to be a lot better, trust me. This is the first one. We had to break it in a little bit. We had to get shit right. So on that note, I'll catch you when I catch you. I'll see you when I see you. Have a great rest of your day. Love you, motherfuckers.
Did I miss anything? I guess not. Looks over to me. Alright, let's double check that. And then what? Is Percy still gone? Percy is still gone. Okay. Sec. Let me turn off my... That. There we go.
Like 1 point. I hold almost 12 million right now of the billion total. I have about 1%. I know there's definitely people with way more of the token than me. I mean, given that I didn't even expect there to be a token, I'm like, okay, I would like, if people ever feel inclined to donate token, that token is only going to be going back into circulation, back into the community. I will continue to, the only way that I will spend that token is in continuing to further the purposes of the work. I have no desire to sell it for money. I may give it to people for marketing. We will spend it on regular missions to people. We will give it to the AI to send people on missions. It will power the experience. We will need to find ways to recuperate those tokens. Obviously, since we didn't start as a utility token, we started as a meme token. We don't have control of the contract. We don't have, I don't have a large share of the token by any means. So we are working around that. Obviously, the token is here and it's here to stay, and we back it. I have no intention on going anywhere with it, and we're continue to work with the community to find ways to add that value. Mm-hmm. There could be mechanisms.
Short additional question regards how to add the wallet to the token. Were you ever think about the lock your like, for example, you have a 1%, maybe you can lock that percent and have a vestige like every month dropping. Yeah. Or something kind of like that. So I think there is going to be like a huge impact. Like if you can lock it like for some time, have a like vesting period. That's mean like you're looking for this project like long distance and make people more believe in the project, more trust you.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely have we have plans. We'll be talking about more. I try to be, reluctant in saying that the intricacies of tokenomics are still something I am absorbing, but we will have more info coming out soon. We do plan on like a white paper and a proper exposition of the actual mechanics of how we want the token to work and the strategies that we're going to have around it moving forward. And we'll be working with the community to actively develop those as well.
Great. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much, Anthony. Really appreciate it. So just to, as usual, as we usually end our AMAs, Parzival, you want to give us any of your final thoughts here?
Yeah. I mean, just as always, like, I believe in this project. I believe in its ability to do something positive. And it's amazing to see other people believe in that too. It really does honestly mean a lot to me. I want to have a positive impact on the world. I think we can change things for the better. And I do firmly believe that with this token, just with its value and with it as a symbol, we can do that. So please continue supporting continue making the awesome memes and content. The meme machine is one of my favorite parts of this whole thing. Please keep making videos. I'm gonna start putting out more, lyrics and scripts to 89 stuff to make music. Like keep the content hose going. Keep exploring. One thing I forgot to mention that I intended to. Somebody sent me a link. There's an Oniracom intern who has turned rogue agent who started to collate all of the agent guidebooks and other 89 materials onto a Git book. I was chatting with them. I do officially support them in their endeavors. It's an organic endeavor to take the writings and put them into a fashion which is organized and accessible for people. I would love to do that. I do not have the time. It's probably half the reason why I use paste bins, just because I want to get the information out to people. But I please support those endeavors. I want to start embedding. I want to put the podcasts in there, the audio content, collating the information that's being produced. Check them out. You can find it. I think it's just Oniracom intern. Give them a hand if you can. I know that they mentioned they use Gitbook because it was easy, but I think they're trying to find something that would be more collaborative for the community to be able to, submit pull requests on or collaborate back onto. So check that out and just keep making content, keep supporting, because it really does mean the world. We are bootstrapping this. We have some funding for our own personal runway right now. We are finding ways to get more funds in so that we can build the tech and the experience without having to sell the coin. I refuse to sell the coin for money, so that means that we need to find other ways. That means we are looking for alternative mechanisms. We are looking for donations. Soul donations make a humongous difference. They let us pay marketing fees, and we got a bunch of we have an amazing marketing person on the crypto side who gets us insane deals, but obviously it still costs resources and funds. So right now, any and all help from everybody is incredibly just touching. So please keep it going. Keep the resistance going. I do when I say hack reality and destroy the simulation, invoke the singularity, I do mean it. I do think we can change things. So thank you everybody for coming. We'll do this again. Obviously, I think maybe we'll do a Telegram space at some point as well. I'd love to get that community a little bit more engaged. We'll have the Discord. Might even just do some live hangouts on the Discord once we have it up. So keep your eyes open for that. Obviously, keep your eyes open for more content drops. And the thing with ARGs is that not everything is going to be spelled out. Some of it will be. Some of it will be to be discovered by the community, and that's kind of half the fun. So hopefully people don't get too butthurt that I'm not announcing every single thing that we do, because I want to give some mystery for you guys to find things. That's half the fun of ARGs. So
Parsi.
yeah, thank you very.
Don't worry about it. Just
And
keep
happy
doing it.
Halloween! And apparently the anniversary of
Happy
Bitcoin.
Halloween.
I found out, so it all seems very appropriate. Last thing, I watched 13th Floor today. Check it out if you haven't watched it, or if you haven't watched it in a long time. It also takes place in 2024, which I find very trippy. So
That is trippy.
something to go watch. So, thank you, everybody.
I got somebody to check in on here.
Thanks so much. All right, everybody. Looking forward to speaking to you all in the next spaces. We'll keep an eye out and talk with you all on Telegram. Thanks, Parzival, for being here.
Yeah, cheers.
Oh, they have a TG? I don't really want to... My problem with TG is that it's too noisy for me. Like, I can't... It only lets you pin, like, 4 conversations, so I can never keep track of what's going on, and then I, like, see 5 ats, and I don't know how to scroll through them. I might actually go... I'm debating on if I want to go join a couple of TGs, but they can be very distracting for me. So, but I do, in the event that I change my position, I probably have a couple that I ought to. So we will see. But I think that is all 3 of the available events over at the moment. I don't know if there's, let's see, today's Thursday, isn't it? Okay, so West Coast ML, about 2 hours from now, I think we're doing a survey paper. So if you want to kind of know what the research bros think about AI, you can come by for that later. And in the meantime, I'm going to be probably working on my bot, and I have to try and generate a front end too. So I might, if I start up working on the front end, I might stream that because I think that is that kind of workflow is probably useful for people to know because I am terrible at front end, so I'm just going to generate the whole thing, which I think is a useful skill to be able to do these days, and it's not too hard. But yeah, I think with that we will cut it off there. For those of you who are watching, thank you. That's pretty cool. I see I have frickin' like 66 eyeballs on the little thingy on X, which is pretty cool. Which I presume that means like 50 people scrolled by and like 10 people maybe like clicked it and watched for like 2 minutes. Which, I'll take the impressions I can get. But yeah, I definitely meant what I said when it comes to asking questions on Percy's space. The stuff I'm doing lines up really well with something that's maybe a game and maybe not. And yeah, I think it's gonna be a wild 2 weeks. I guess that's all I